want to introduce you to a rising star with a connection to our Fox family. NASA astronaut Chris Williams joined us from the International Space Station this week as he embarks on an 8-month mission. It's our Sunday special. What are the emotions when you get the notification you are going into space?
And liftoff. Holiday travel underway.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, this has been something that I've dreamed about ever since I was a little kid and worked towards, my whole life. And it's not something I ever thought I'd have the chance to do. We have this wonderful laboratory up here, and being entrusted to kind of help take care and push forward the science that we're doing on it is it's a real honor. It was also pretty tough because I've got little kids, so thinking about being gone gone away from them for 8 months was hard. But knowing all the interesting stuff we're doing up here makes it worthwhile.
So let's talk about where you are, the International Space Station. Why is the work that you're doing there important?
I mean, the International Space Station has been operating continuously for over 25 years with people on it. There's some research that can only be done here. Research that involves microgravity. We've been working on things like developing drugs, working on new ways of forming crystals that you can really only do in microgravity. But it's also helping us get further on. This is a great test bed for a lot of the technologies that we need for going to the moon with the Artemis program, which we're embarking on right now, and also further on to Mars.
So how do you prepare for a mission of this import and this length? I mean, physically, mentally, professionally, what goes into getting ready?
It's about a 2-year process from when you get assigned to a mission to when you fly, and you do a lot of technical training. So learning all of the systems on the space station, how to fix them, and also a lot of the science experiments that you're going to be doing. We also do things like practice spacewalking for any repairs or upgrades or experiments we might be doing outside the space station. There
is an international framework and cooperation for what you're doing there. How important is that to the success of these missions?
It's absolutely essential. I mean, this place would not work without the cooperation of everybody involved. But I'm actually floating here in the Japanese module, the GEM, on our station, and I came up here on a spaceship with 2 cosmonauts launched from Kazakhstan. This research is really for the good of all humanity, and so the fact that we can have our disagreements on Earth but still collaborate here to work together for the benefit of all, I think is really, really powerful.
I'm curious, and I always wonder this, how do you guys keep a schedule? How do you sleep?
We have actually a little scheduling app that kind of has our tasks for the day, but wake up at around, let's get to work starting at around 7:30 in the morning. Then it's pretty important for our bodies to exercise, so we have a couple hours of exercise every day. But basically, we have a schedule where our kind of day is broken down into sort of 15-minute chunks where we have tasks that we do, and then at the end of the day, we actually get a little bit of downtime to call our families, to call home, read a book, something like that, and go to sleep. And one thing I'll say, having been up here for still less than a week, boy, you sleep, at least I sleep extremely comfortably up here.
Your Uncle Juan wrote such a moving piece in the Washington Post just about what this means to not only your family, but to our country, to the world, the work that you're doing, the sacrifice that you're making. But he talks about you being a little kid in your onesie pajamas with rockets and planes and outer space on them. So this obviously is a dream. You talked about working your whole life to get to this point. What's your advice to a young person who has the same kinds of dreams that you do about pushing these boundaries and going to new places?
For me, the path I took in life, I was always fascinated by space and exploration. And I think I'd realized by the time I was about 11 years old that actually being an astronaut wasn't actually an attainable dream, but the spark of the idea of space exploration always stuck with me, and it stuck with me and it inspired me to pursue a lot of the things that I did. I ended up studying physics and becoming an astronomer, and then working in medicine. And nobody in my family before me had ever done anything like this. But having that dream and that spark, I think, opens up doors that are there for you, but you might not realize.
Well, thank you for giving us some perspective, taking time out of your mission there. We are going to stay in contact with what you are doing over the months to come.
I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to chat with you and your viewers. So thanks very much. I appreciate it.
An out-of-this-world interview. All the best to Chris. And no one ever exits an interview better than that. I'll just leave it there. All right, as we wrap up our time here, we want to spread a little holiday cheer with a look at a special exhibit at the library that weaves symbols of America's rich past into this year's Christmas. The Reagan Library has 26 dazzling Christmas tree displays this year, representing decades of the nation's history, from the Revolution to today. There's Betsy Ross embroidering the first American flag, copies of the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and Bill of Rights. The 1900s tree has the Wright brothers model plane and the Ford Model T. The 1940s tree commemorates Pearl Harbor, which happened 84 years ago today. The 1970s tree includes 8-track tapes and the shark from Jaws. And the 1980s tree celebrates Ronald Reagan, along with the Rubik's Cube and personal computers. And finally, there's a separate special tree at the library that is a tradition every year, honoring Gold Star families.
2026 AI chip.
That's it for us today. Thank you for joining us from the Reagan Presidential Library. I'm Shannon Bream. Enjoy your week. We'll see you back in Washington.